Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a very special interview. I would like to call it a chat with a very special person, very special to my heart, very special to many of Cryon family, sisters and brothers. Evelina Anderson, she lives in Sweden and she is a wonderful healer. She is herself an interviewer. She is a presenter in Heart to Heart with Evelina broadcasting studio, and she invites many people, beautiful light beings, light workers uh, from her friends list. Not only, but today she has found time to spend a moment with us and share her experience, share her thoughts, share her love with us. Eva, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for finding time to share your wonderful wisdom, very deep wisdom. And it's a true blessing for me to be here with you. I welcome you to our friend list today. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. And thank you for hosting myself today. And this is going to be interesting and fun. We have been doing this once before on your page, the Polish page, and that
Yes.
was so interesting and fun. So I'm really looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to see what comes up this time. So thank you for doing this, Alexandra.
Thank you. Thank you, beloved. Every time we chat, every time we have talks with Eva, something's amazing and magical is happening. So, what is magical lately in your life, Eva? What's going on?
Well, a lot of things going down. I get a lot of hints and nudging from the heavenly realms, if I may
Mm-hmm.
call it like that.
Yes,
I can also call it Cryon with Entourage.
yes,
And there are a lot of inputs about the ascension times, and we are moving forward. And there are some glimpses and hints, and sometimes I actually try to go live as soon as I get these when they are building up to a point, because when I postpone things, they never happen. You
mm-hmm.
know, they are just growing, and I don't know where to start, and suddenly they have changed because they are way past their talk about interest,
Uh-huh.
so to speak. So yeah, I'm trying. That is new. I'm trying to express myself this energy that comes when it comes. So that is
Mm-hmm.
quite new. Mm.
So as you're receiving so many messages, I've noticed that you post the wisdom, or you try to post every day the wisdom, yes, of the heavenly realm, and it's a true blessing. It's a beautiful, beautiful offering to all of us. So if anyone wants to, please check Evelina page for the wisdom of the day. But is there any, let's say, one sentence which really stuck in your mind, stuck in your heart lately, which you received from your guide?
Well, first of all, these wisdom's words are something that has been very dear to me because I enjoy these quotes
Mm,
throughout lives. But I also tend to, when we are talking about things in my at work or with family or whatever, there are usually quotes that comes up so you can pass them forward. And sometimes there are a lot of quotes that I can't recall hearing from someone else, but they are either they altered from an original post or there are new words just coming through.
yes,
So instead of just letting them be there like a subtle wisdom knowledge, I have started to write it down.
yes.
So now that I have gained a couple of wisdom's words, I was thinking, why am I not posting it?
Yes.
So I have been cutting and taping together in a program my own background and putting up the wisdom's words there.
Yes.
So that is how they are taking form. That is quite new in my life too, actually. And
Mm-hmm.
what is new is that I truly want to make a angel, a sculpture of an angel, and I have a small vision, and it's not the original angel like a physical human being. It's more like a image, a very different type of image about the from the angels. So I have also made a copy of that, and that is posted on my homepage now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm calling it Hobby Ängeln, and
Okay.
is where I live, and angel and ängel is the same thing. So that is where I am right now. And the quote, what is coming most, is mostly about being yourself and shine your own light, holding the space and light. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, that is so important that we are keeping that vision about what we want to see in the future, how we want to build to hold the highest timeline
Yes.
for our own vision.
Yes.
And even though we are facing some times and that could seem a bit dark, we
Yes.
still need to hold that vision of our own inner light of how we want to transcend and see in the future.
Yes.
And that can be a challenge for many people, and for me too, of course. But life is where you are right now, and it's not just sugar coated with wisdom words and love and etc. Even though you want it to be, there's a lot of things happening outside of you, and you can't control everything, and you're not supposed to control everything outside either. But you are in charge of holding the light within yourself, and you are able to make a choice how you want to confront the feelings that are pouring up inside you. I don't believe that we should just close those fear emotions that are sometimes raising up inside of us, and say that I don't feel fear, because we are in this moment physical beings, we have emotions, and we are here to express our emotions, even though it's positive or negative emotions. So we are going through those emotions, and I think that we should go inside and embrace them and acknowledge them, that we are feeling them. But then you have the choice. How do you want to proceed with that feeling? So if you doesn't want to be dragged down in that rabbit hole with when you are feeling overwhelmed with what happens all around you, you need to make a choice to move above that, to try to push those feelings down, or I shouldn't say push them down, work it through. Be
Mm-hmm.
aware of why you are feeling the fear or hate or whatever it is, and transmute them into some creativity so you can move
Mm-hmm.
on and move past whatever is holding you back.
Yes.
Difficult. It is.
It's beautiful what you said. It's very, very beautiful what you said. The creativity, as you know, as an artist, beautiful artist, or we can, uh, beautiful souls, you can admire a painting of Evelena on the wall. Yes, the angel with sun and the moon. Um, creative minds, creative minds coming from the peacefulness of a heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we can reverse it, when you are creating, you and as an artist, let's say a sculpture or a painting, yes, you 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 are reverting, or you are creating, and suddenly everything is what is not there in the moment. It disappear, right? In this magical way, don't you think? Can you agree?
Well, well, I can only speak for myself. When I get
Yes.
into this creativity, when I actually go in and start painting or sculpture,
Yeah.
time freezes. There
Yeah.
is nothing that exists outside myself and the thing that I am creating in the moment. And there can be several hours, and I am not aware of the time. It's like a bubble. It's a bubble of light that I'm entering, and it's just me and whatever I'm doing. And this is the same when you go into meditations. You
Mm.
know, suddenly you can sit there 5 minutes could be like 5 hours, and 5 hours could be perceived as 5 minutes. So there is no time and space in that moment, and and that painting behind myself here, it's not me, uh, indirectly, but I had a time in my youth where I was painting a lot of image that came from meditation,
Mm.
and I still get these pictures in my head when I do meditate or going into that auto state of mind, and I'm have an urge to express them. And a lot of those paintings that I have been doing throughout the times have now made so much sense because there are so much information through those pictures that I couldn't see then. And I almost dislike when people ask me, like, why have you painted it like that? And I just felt like because it should be like that, don't
Yeah.
question it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see now that there are actually hints of what was going to happen and has happened right now in this ascension process, so to speak.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. It's too bad I doesn't have all the pictures left here because I have given some away and I have
Yes.
repainted some of them, but
Uh-huh.
I still have them in my head.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, very interesting actually.
Very interesting. Very interesting. The paint work. Uh, don't you think it's like a prophecy? Yes. Uh, and I'm not talking, well, about paintings. Yes. When you're in this creative, in this painting mood, uh, you just paint. You don't think. You paint.
Mhm.
Yes. So the thinking is somewhere else. Yes. So I found myself lately wondering about the prophecy. Yes. Like in every painting, yes, in every art, there's a little bit of prophecy, right? For the future. I'm not talking like a day from now. I'm talking about 10 years or maybe 100 years from now. And for them, it will be very meaningful.
Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about Leonardo da Vinci. That is an
Yeah, I
artist.
have his book here.
Oh, you do, you do.
But now it's
Yeah.
like, now it's like not, it's a, I will show you. Oh, it's your interview. Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, that's
But
okay.
how to
But,
think like
yeah,
Leonardo da Vinci, yes?
yeah. I think
And
when you are creating
amazing man he
something,
was, amazing.
yeah. But when you are stepping into that mood, when you are creating something, you have a vision. Either it's a vision that you are aware of, or it's subconscious. So, but it's still a vision somewhere, and when you are putting it in there, there will be some subtle tile messages hidden in the like symbolics. It's almost,
Yes,
if there is a painting there will be symbolics, because there are hardly anyone putting words into
yes,
a painting. It's symbolics. And of course you can say that those symbols that you are painting, uh, they can apply to so many things throughout the years and ages, and every time capsule where there are something happening in a life or the human history. But there are messages that can still apply to the times that you are in right now and aware of. So when you
mm-hmm,
are looking at a painting, there will be something triggered within yourself, either you know it or not.
mm-hmm,
And if you are drawn to a painting, there are probably some subtle message in there for you. And Leonardo da Vinci was a master of
yes,
hiding those messages within. And I don't think that we have still discovered every single hint that he made in his paintings and sculptures,
mm-hmm,
because they are so amazing. He
yes,
was a totally genius, and
yes.
yeah,
He was master of life.
he
He
was.
was master. I knew his work, artwork. I didn't know much about his life, but his life was spectacular. Master of life. Master of life. If, yes, 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 yes. So, Eva, as we are,
What's amazing about Leonardo da Vinci is that he had those visions and he wasn't afraid to put it out there.
mhm,
And now, a couple of hundred years later, when people are starting to look at his drawings and his inventions that he never had a chance to put to work, and they are rebuilding it with and using similar materials that they had at that time, they are working.
working, yes,
Yeah, and that is so amazing, because that is the ultimate proof of that you can move your senses
ahead of time.
ahead of time,
Yes, very easy.
and see what's going on. So yeah, he really is a master.
Yes,
Mm,
yes, yes. Wherever he is, he was sending beam of light to the mastery of his source.
mm.
Eva, uh, you receive yourself, you receive messages. Yes, you are connected with many light family, many light beings. What is the most, or is it the most particular frequency you are connected with? You want to share with us?
Well, I have always had a thing for angels. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I always turned to the angels since I was a child, but I also turned to the control board at the UFO ship.
Yes.
Uh, and well, the archangels are very close to my heart, and I appreciate them so much. But as I've been more aware of how to use those energies, so there has been a development of that. I have learned how to sort those energies out more since I met you and our fabulous group, our
Yes.
table talk group,
Yes.
and there's still archangels, Archangel Michael, of course, um, and he's not specific. The angels are not specific for a special person. They are representative to a lot of people, so you just have to learn how to tune into the right frequency. And Mary Magdalene, um, there are like a lot of this Christ energy, Christ consciousness, if you could call it that, and that is it includes. I do not have so much from Yeshua, the male aspect. It's more the Christ feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the most profound energies. And the Cryon, as we know, are a collective, and there are a lot of entities, therefore the entourage. So there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of entities in there,
Mm-hmm.
and I did work with Kuan Yin a lot in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't felt that presence for a very, very long time. I know that you have been channeling Kuan Yin
Yes.
lately, yes. Um, so it comes and goes, and yeah, I can't say that I'm more drawn to any particular being or entity, but I can do say that I have a lot of so-called archangels around me that have
Yes.
reached out to me here in the physical world too. So I'm definitely have a connection with the angels here. Yes.
Thank you, Eva. You have a beautiful, beautiful gift of visions. Yes, I remember many times. Yes, when I was talking or someone was talking in our group. Yes, or in our quantum healing sessions. Yes, you also you were talking. Yes, or someone was talking, and you was like, "Oh, I see it," and that's the vision. Yes.
Mm.
Can you refer to this? Can you explain to us what is the vision for you? How it comes? What is the vision for you?
Well, it
How
just
you see it, baby?
yeah. Well, usually when people start talking, there are a lot of things that happens. There are both memories since the past that are popping in or being sort of brought forward, and there can be like talks that we have had earlier. So once again, it's like I've been giving hints, puzzle pieces,
Mm.
pieces of a puzzle, and they are all just pouring in during our conversations, and there's a picture taking form from those pieces.
Yes,
So that will build up a new perspective or understanding, or many times I have the urge to explain things.
hmm
Um, and I have always been like that. I need to explain things. I want to explain how things are working in as well as I can explain, because we all know the spiritual world ain't logical. You can't explain it logical, but you can try to use the words we are using here.
yes,
So that is how it works. Mostly time for me. Yeah.
hmm
And sometimes I'm actually doing a lot of tuning in somehow. There's a frequency pouring in, and I'm going into this channeling mood. I am not there right now, I can tell you that. This is totally just me, Eva, in this
yeah,
physical
yeah, yeah,
world.
yes, yes, yes,
But
yes.
there are times when there are someone just pouring in information that pourings out. So
hmm
yeah, but I can also sense when it's on and when it's off.
hmm Eva, we talked about it previously, but the year of 2022,
Hmm.
how you see it? How you see it for us, darling?
Yeah, yeah. Well, as we said before, I can sense that we are moving into a more narrow path, and the narrow path for is how should I say, it's very personal, because it all comes down to each and one of us now to hold our own vision. But it feels like we are being asked more to step into our own powers and make that conscious thought of how we want to perceive our future, and how we want to be a part of, how should we say, the new earth, and start making those co-creations that brings up a higher timeline for that to happen. And that is asked for us to be in that consciousness, um, because everybody is taking that step forward in every dimension, and everybody is moving forward in some way, so no one will be left behind. but your intention for yourself and what is happening is a conscious decision that you have to make for yourself if you want to move forward in this ascension process, or if you want to be where you are right now. And everybody
Mhm.
is exactly where they are supposed to be, and but you can still hold that vision, and that is not, even though it's a collective thing that is happening, it is not based on the collective, it's based on individuality. So
Mhm.
everyone has to step in for themselves to hold that vision, and your vision can be in line with someone else's vision, and there is a new co-creation within that collective.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yes, we are moving forward there. So in the 2022, I can totally see that we are, the separation is will be more visible,
Mhm.
and for those who are more co-creation on the same timelines, or moving forward a timeline of co-creation, they will be more of a progress in work of what to come for them.
Mhm.
Now I'm starting to talk metaphorically here, but
No.
it I can't say it's going to be this or that, um, because it's very individual, of course. But I can see it's not like we are waking up tomorrow and everything is new. It's an integration, but the time is speeding up, and it is really important that I can't stretch it enough. You have to make a conscious decision on where you want to go with your life, or
Mhm.
with your intention at the moment.
Mhm.
So I can't see that there are any relaxing in the beginning of 2022, because I can see that you are asked to hold the light stronger and stronger, hold your vision for the future in a more profound way than before.
Yes, Eva, and thank you for that. It's a beautiful vision of yours, a beautiful vision, and the light, the profundity, yes, uh, especially at the beginning of next year, which will be more welcome. Yes, uh, a message to collective, right? What about a message to individual person, to one soul, to one person? What would be your message to one person, to a friend, to a friend? What would you say to your friend?
To well, I would like to say to a friend, to a collective, to the humanity, and to anyone who wants to take it as a, it's not an advice by all means, but be aware of the thoughts that you are placing there, because thoughts are creation. And when you are creating, there will be manifestation of those creations too. So you have to sort out now, if you haven't worked through the most of your spectra of emotions that are pulling you in the wrong direction, you are urged to maybe look at them at the moment, to be aware of them. And if you are aware of them, you are working them. So you need to work them through. You need to make that conscious decision of whether you want to move forward or not. And what moving forward means, we can't say that to any particular people and or particular individual at this moment, because that is a personal choice, and it's not a giving choice to each one of us. You are making that choice by yourself, and by
Mm.
making that choice you are also moving forward. So what we are asking at this moment is please be conscious about your thoughts. You always have a choice to choose how you will handle things. And even though it seems like the world can be a dark place to be in, you can still hold the light of a vision of how you want it to be in the future and keep working to that vision that is holding a light in the darkness.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you. Eva, what are you up to lately? What do you work on something? Do you
Oh
what?
yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Except the sculpture and Chevy. Yes,
No,
Chevy
yeah.
is
Yeah, well, the dog.
the dog. The
Well,
dog.
the dog, and the dog is on the progress of growing, and he's a teen
Mm-hmm.
now, so of course he has a lot of time and needs a lot of time with me. But
Yes.
what I am working on is mostly ideas, and I was talking to my niece earlier today, and I said that I have tons of ideas, and I have no idea how to put them into reality at this moment. But I have visions about how to proceed, and I do want to make this hobbying into a physical being. And when I say physical being, I mean physical in this world. And that is a project that I'm working on. But I am also doing research about plants,
Yes.
and I am going to put that into a workshop where there will be some both lecture about the plants and what's
Mm-hmm.
going on there. And I'm not going into details about what it is because it's still in progress.
I
So
was just about to ask you,
well, it's
can you give us, can you please
well,
give
it's
us
like a
some examples,
painting. You
please?
don't show a half-made painting because then the energy will be drawn away.
Okay.
So no, but there will be a part where there is a lecture, and there will be a part where we are working together consciously in a meditative form, so to speak. So that is in progress, and I will let you know when it's
Fantastic.
finished. And it goes up and downs. I were hoping that I was going to be ready already with it, but I'm
Yes.
not. So I'm
Yes.
still trying to find inspiration, and maybe there is something I'm waiting for.
Yes.
It will be presented by the universe. So it's splendid times we are living in and moving into. You see, I
Yes.
love this part of year and love to move into this uh, December month with
Yes.
everything that is going on. It's dark outside, we're lighting up with lights inside, and
Yes.
there's a special energy entering the Nordic hemisphere, and it's a very warm and blessing feeling, and it's not all about the Christmas package like we know it.
Yes.
It's not religious either. It's more the state of the earth moving into this calmness, and you know how the seeds on earth is capsulated in this soil and
Yes.
being taken care of before it's time for it to start growing in the spring. But my project is not going to be in the spring. I hope to have finished it before November is over, so we can have
Mm-hmm.
a live gathering here in
I would
December.
love to. I would love to. I would love.
It will be so. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking about Earth and the northern atmosphere, stratosphere, uh, I was like, I have this just these words, uh, like Gaia is taking a deep breath. Yes, the winter in your country. Yes, the north.
Mm.
Yes, like a deep breath. Yes, relaxing breath.
Mm.
That's how I receive it. Yes, beautiful. There is a magic in the air, yes, in the north, yes. The
It is.
Finland, Sweden, uh, Norwegian uh,
Mm.
area, yes, it's so magical, yes.
It is.
Laponia,
Yeah, it is a special feeling. And I don't know. Oh, the information just popped out. Please continue
okay,
to talk. Please continue to talk. Um, I was going somewhere with this. Well, it's gone. Maybe it will come back. I don't know.
okay. About renifers and not renifers, the
No. Oh, no. No, it's about thoughts.
mouse or something.
No. Well, what you said, like the Earth is taking a deep breath.
Breath,
I think the cosmos is breathing. Cosmos
yes.
is constantly breathing, not in the
Mm-hmm.
same phase that we are, but it's breathing. It's in breath and it's
Mm-hmm.
out breath, and every breath is bringing something new, and every out breath is getting rid of something else. So that's
Yes.
cycles, and we are in this ascension cycle, obviously. So there
Yes.
will be a last breath before the exhaling of Gaia and the
Yes.
cosmos. And when the
Yes.
exhale come is the when the quantum leap into a new consciousness will take.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But before we are there, I do enjoy reading about researchers, and I think it's so fun when I
Yes.
read something that scientists can start to wrap their minds around, that will
Mm-hmm.
confirm what every esoteric person has already
Mm-hmm.
talked about before. And it's so hard sometimes to be explaining the emotions and the spiritual pathways without having the science to back it up, because there
Yes.
are emotions and there are hard facts. So now they have actually made they have been doing a lot of research about thoughts.
Yes.
And they don't ask me how, because I am not a scientist, but
Okay.
they have been measuring how thoughts, the vibration, how they are moving, and they can actually put images to that thought.
Mm.
And every single thought that you have has a pattern of these geometrical symbols.
Yes.
And we have been talking about those geometrical symbols, or Cody has a lot on our table
Yes.
talks. And those codes, those geometric codes, are actually being um, not made up, because they are certainly not made up. They are those geometric codes. Every thought is a geometric
Mm-hmm.
code. So if
Yes.
you think that the whole universe is built with a geometric code and
Mm-hmm.
symbols, and your thoughts are the same product as universe is built up to, and
Mm-hmm.
the scientists can today prove that that is so, then you will grasp the concept of whatever you are putting out there will attach to a bigger picture.
To something.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
those symbols will either connect and create a new symbol,
Mm-hmm.
uh, or they will be drawn to a similar symbol,
Mm-hmm.
and they will make connections and they will start to create something new. And these symbols are vibrations, and the vibration is creation that keeps giving form and structure into
Yes.
life. So
Yes.
I love it when you can put those puzzle pieces back together,
I see
science
flowers.
and spiritual.
I create flowers.
You create flowers, won't
I
that?
see lots of flowers now.
Yeah.
I create lots of flowers now. Yes.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there a special flower you see?
Lotus.
Lotus. Mm-hmm.
Lotus flower. Wow, very pinky. Pinky lotus flower.
Wow.
I don't have a vision like you. Yes. I don't have like um a painting. Yes. In front of me. Yes. I just sense it. Yes. I sense it. I can tell you what I describe you with a small detail, yes, but I don't see it. I just sense it. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, I can give you the 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 answer, right? Eva, the stars, right? The northern atmosphere. People are saying, yes, that the sky is superb. Yes, in Sweden, Finland, Norway. The sky is so clear. Is it true, baby? Is it true, Eva?
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
It depends on where you are living, and of course, you can always
Yeah,
see the sky clearer when you
yeah,
are not in the big cities.
yeah.
So when it's like a clear night
Mm-hmm.
outside, it's so dark, especially when you're living outside of the
Yeah,
city, when you're
yeah.
out in the country. It's so dark, and you have this painted wall above you of shiny
Wow.
and bright light just pulsating. And when you can sit out there, you can't sit for hours. I was about to
Yeah,
say you can sit for
because it's cold.
hours, but not in this hour. You won't be doing that because it's getting real cold here. At least I think so. But yeah, it's clear. It's fresh and clear, and
Yes,
we are blessed to be up here. Both Norway,
yes.
Finland, Iceland, and Sweden, we have a very, very clear atmosphere. So
Mm-hmm.
we are not complaining about that. And it's very spiritual to be outside. And
Mm-hmm.
the
I
project,
think so.
yeah, the project I'm working with is based upon forest bath. So for those who know what that is, that's good. For those who doesn't know what it is, it's like you are seeking connection
Can't wait.
with nature. Yeah,
Can't wait, Eva.
and forest bath can be like you are hugging a tree or sitting in the nature, connecting with the elements that are there, and
Mm-hmm.
preferable the growth, the trees, the bushes, or whatever is around you. So we are not going outside to do this. So we are bringing nature inside instead. It's going to be
Yes,
so much fun.
it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait, Eva. Please let us know. Yes, please let us. Or keep us informing. Please,
Mhm.
please, please, please. Eva, uh, I know you for a while, and you know me for a while. Yes, within our quantum group. Yes. How is the quantum? How is the quantum going in you, in your world? What is the quantum for you?
Well, the quantum in me is going
In
fine.
you, yeah. It's gonna be good. Scientist, scientist in me is like working in lab. Yes.
Well, I have been more and more aware of the quantumness, and
Hmm.
well, now I'm mixing two languages here. But
Welcome to my world.
since we started to work within your group,
Yeah.
it has been so much easier for me to
Mm.
sort those things out, and I have been able to place them in front of me, so I can sense that this energy is going there and this energy is coming from there, and
Yeah.
so on. Even though I can't always address it in words, my own intuition has been strengthened in another way.
Hmm.
So the
Hmm.
quantumness for me is very profound, so to speak. When I in you, when we are talking or in our table talk group there,
Hmm.
um, we are always expressing the same things, and in different words.
Yes.
So we are grasping the bigger context of,
Complement each other
yeah, we
in
are,
this sense.
compliment yeah, yeah, we are bringing something into this quantumness, so it will
Mm-hmm.
a broader picture for people to,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a feeling that you can also address outside of that group. You can direct that quantumness
Mm-hmm.
um, into whatever you want to, actually, when you are connecting with the higher self or the collective above.
Yes.
But you're, for me, the most visible to work with quantumness is when I'm together with you in a group or in one session with someone
Yes.
with quantum healing. Yeah. It's energy.
It is energy, and it is energy. So if I can, yeah, break up a little bit. Yes. The I was googling yesterday, I think, or a few days ago. I was googling a picture for Marta Da channel, right, for
Mhm.
YouTube. Um, and I came across antimatter antimatter picture, right? Uh, and I was like, whoa, yes, like I know it, I know it. I just I saw it. I didn't know what is it. I thought it's a star, yes, in the galaxy or something, yes. But it was the picture of antimatter, right? And I started googling, yes, what is it? How it? Yes, yes, and go on, yes. So I'm not a scientist, I'm not going there, but it's like the simplest way, minus plus, boom, right? And then you have antimatter, right? So that's how I see us, okay? That's when we talk ever, right? Is that those beautiful particles of our souls get together, yes? And there's a boom of fireworks of light.
Yeah.
Yes? That's short description of my feeling for you, darling.
That was a very beautiful description. I can see the fireworks going off here.
Yeah, the fireworks, yeah, the fireworks.
I love the fireworks. Yeah, well, there's also magnetic. We were mentioning when we were talking about you earlier. Um, Also, when we are still talking about the scientists outside of
Yes,
our community, the real
yeah,
scientists, uh,
yes. They're working a lot. I know, I know.
they
I
are
was
working.
joking,
They're
yes,
working
but they
hard.
are
Yeah, they are
very
working hard.
specific lately, very, very specific, and I
Yeah,
love it.
and they
I love it.
are more of their works that are visible to us now, and
Yes,
it's taking place they are working hard to prove different theories that has to do with the universe,
yes,
both how it works, but
mm-hmm,
also there are, oh, that is maybe not so much scientists, but there are information revealing itself now bits by bits about
yes,
communities, and the latest I was hearing about is the backside of the moon that has a base there, an alien base. I don't think it's active. It's not the first time I've heard this, but there are more and more conversations coming out there today and talking about it, and that is what makes this time so interesting, that we are actually
mm-hmm,
expanding our consciousness and we are not
yes,
aware of expanding it.
yes,
So we are just like, oh, yeah, well, that's there, that information, and yeah, well, we put it into our ordinary day and we are moving on, and then someone else is confirming
yes,
that information, and we're like, what is that for real? And
yes,
we're just moving on. So
yes,
whatever was unexpectable before is now something that, oh, yeah, well, I heard it somewhere before, and
yes,
no big deal, but it is a big deal because we are making a fingerprint that we are not alone in the universe.
Yeah.
So when we were talking earlier today, you and I, we were talking about how they have narrowed it, our Milky Way, that there are some layers that are magnetic and
Mm-hmm.
are pulling the energy into a center. There's a magnetic keeping the Milky Way in place, if you want to
Yes.
say that. And when we talked about it earlier, this magnetic energy field brought my mind to Cryon and the entourage, Cryon of the magnetic service. And I
Yes.
still do not know what this magnetic service means.
I need to ask
Um,
him.
yeah,
Oh,
what,
you asked him already. So now we are waiting for the answer from Sharon. Yes, thank you.
but it made it so much interesting to see how our um, galaxy has this magnetic field around
Yes.
it, and knowing that the collective magnetic service, Cryon of the magnetic service, so Cryon isn't a person, it's a collective,
Yes.
and there's a lot of entities, and I don't know how many, but there aren't a person. It's a hive of energies, so to speak.
Mm.
And if they are from the electric service, or not electric, magnetic service,
Yes.
there has to be some connection there. And I can almost sense this, how the magnetic energy is actually started to pulling
Yes.
uh, between my hands right now.
Yes. I
So
see.
yeah, and I also, now that we are talking, Tesla is popping up.
Yes.
Tesla is his sparkling energy device, which I don't know to call it in English, but there is a connection somewhere between that and in the energy levels. So we definitely have to contemplate on what that means, because there is a connection there somehow. Um, it's between. It's like the wisdom word we said before, when God gave us the word. You know, we read it before, and the word is beyond. Well, beyond the word is silence, and beyond the silence is God. So there's a lot of steps there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there.
In between the breaths, you will find me.
And yeah, well, somewhere in between. Yeah,
I love you, everyone.
yeah. And now I get this in breathing and out breathing that we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about, Gaia's
Yes.
breath. And that is the position we were talking about earlier, how the whole cosmic was breathing
Yes.
in and out. And this magnetic field is a part of that breathing, moving forth and back. And we are in a movement as we speak.
Uh, in our quantumness, right, Eva?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I channeled Marta this morning in this the series called Metaphysical Teaching, right? Marta the Collective channeling, and I haven't heard the whole channel message yet. Um, at the end, she says that it was something like hold the breath for a day. Yes, hold the breath for a day, or stop breathing. I stop breathing for a day, breathing for a day. Yes, I am the breath, right? And now we are talking about Gaia, about the northern atmosphere. We are talking about Cryon, and there is something magnificent happening in this. There is like a urban civilization there, collective building up for the next generation. It is metaphorical. Don't ask me, yes?
Yes.
I just see it, right?
Mm.
It's like a, so that's the community, yes? The prime people are there already in this triangle of love, right? In our consciousness, yes. They are not born yet, they don't exist in our world yet, but they are there, and they are the magic of the future, yes.
Yeah.
So, but I also believe that people who live there now in this timeline, yes, as you speak, yes, in this time, our time now, they are affected by those upcoming, right? Energies, yes? They are like in this alignment, yes? For the next generations. I
Yeah.
don't know which generation it will be. I have no ideas, but it is here and now, even if it's there.
Yeah.
It's here and now, and it's affect people who live there.
Yeah.
Maybe they have those forest thinking, yes. Maybe they like the nature, maybe the sauna thinking, and you undressed, yes, and you the family like in Finland, yes, the family naked going to the sauna, right? And it's profound and it's natural, yes.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am totally with you there. When I go into meditations, and especially like the couple past years, I have been visualizing the city of lights that I call it, and that is also a metaphorical speaking because it's not a bright light shining city floating above, but
Yes,
it
yes,
is a energetically vibrating
yes,
atmosphere of the beholding future that I
yes,
am visualizing. So
yes,
for me, it's like so much easier to put the word city of lights, because that is my vision of
yes,
the near future. And for me, the pillar of lights are you and I and everyone else
yes,
making that consciousness in a line with the city of lights,
mm,
because we are pulling those two like magnetic. We are
yes,
pulling those two worlds, our worlds, our physical world, and the upcoming new earth, closer and closer. So
mm-hmm,
what you are putting into that pillar of light, holding that vision, will slowly be pulled through.
mm-hmm,
And that
mm-hmm.
city of light is not a dimension, it's a multidimensional city or
Reality.
earth or realm, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm,
So there is room for
mm-hmm.
every light that goes up. So that is like when we were saying earlier that we may not have the same vision, but we are placing a vision of how we want things to be.
Yes,
And depending on our capacity and our conscious thought about creating the higher timeline for a better good for all humanity, you will connect with the similar pillars of light, and
mm,
that is where your intention is going. So
yes,
that is what you will draw further to your own reality.
mm-hmm,
You get it?
yes.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday. I saw yesterday. Excuse me. Oh, bless you. Thank
Bless
you.
you, dear. Bless you.
Oh, what do I know? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I saw yesterday. I saw yesterday. I saw yesterday. Uh, from the beginning, from last century. negatives, photographs. Yes, the photographs when they were taking photographs, it was a negative on the glass. Yes, and that's how they are still here. Yes, on
Like
the glass.
imprints.
Yes, yes, like an imprint. Yes, on the glass. Right?
Mm.
Yes, Eva.
Will you develop it a bit?
No, we just talk about it.
Yeah,
We just talk about it
but those
because it.
oh,
So
yeah.
the crayon explained that the glass
Mm-hmm.
is the universe. Yes, I channel about the glass. I don't know in which channeling. Yes, lately.
Mm-hmm.
Blessings to crayon. About the glass, right? There's glass this, glass that, and I was like, crayon, what is the glass, right? And I like to conserve myself. Yeah, that's a wonderful word. Conserve myself. Yes, like me, like the holiness, right? In the glass lately. Yes, I don't say that I am in the light because yes, I do, but yeah, but I am in glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the glass is the positive. So if you think about the negative, right, as me, the minus, yes, me, the universe is positive, right? And somewhere in between, there is the big boom theory, there's the reaction, right?
Yeah,
It's like on these photos, right? It's print,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's a interpretation. Yeah, definitely. And as every imprints, I get these old negatives from like the Wild West moving
Yes, yes,
front of my
yes,
eyes. So
yes,
every every time and every century is holding its own imprints.
yes, Eva, thank you. Beautiful, yes.
Mm,
And from time to time, the glass is broken,
mm-hmm.
right? And there is the between the breath. Yes, that's why we feel in our bodies so much inconvenience lately. Yes,
Yeah,
because we are breaking. I can see it like a replacing my memory. I'm talking of yeah,
yeah.
my memory. Yeah, you know the story about the cutting me in pieces.
Mm,
So now it's the memory replaced. I don't have memory of what happened in different timelines, which is not in alignment for my highest joy. Does
mm.
it make sense?
Yes. And this frozen image of Alexandra right now means that we have to contemplate upon what she just said. So we'll let it integrate into our minds. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. I
Yeah.
okay, okay. I'm so happy that you are still here. Internet is not connect. Yeah, internet is not is unstable. Yeah. Unstable, unstable, unstable. Yeah.
Yeah. I can also see I have to fill it in with that the glass is broken. I also where you were talking I get this, like time frames. Every time has its own uh, pictures and negatives.
Hmm.
And the blueprint, the human blueprint, occurred
Okay.
in my mind, and not my mind's. Maybe it's mine's too. I don't know how many is talking right now, but the blueprint that has been and still are also rewritten as we speak. The
Yes.
You can call the blueprint a
But it's profound. It's really profound. Eva.
mm, I
It's
would
really
like to
profound.
connect it to the matrix, as the matrix is changing, and dissolving and rebuilding. So is the blueprints for humanity. And now it's time to think again, because Alexandra just froze again. So, now she's back. You were frozen there for a while.
You were watching my beautiful picture, right?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Mm.
It's just unstable internet on this side. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, beautiful star. What is the prediction for upcoming months? Before we close down our beautiful interview with my beautiful sister, Evelina.
Well, the predictions. I think they're going to be a lot of internal work, but it's also going to be a pause. We mentioned it earlier that things are slowing down in December of just the wishes to just be, and
Mhm.
I can see that happening a lot. Um, and maybe it's because there's a lot of crappy things still going on in the especially European countries, which also
Yeah.
affect the whole world. And
Hmm.
things will slow down. And maybe it is slowing down because we do need to have the time and space to be in this end game of this year. And if everything is going back to normal like this, we will probably not be so aware, because
Hmm.
that's the dark side of being human. As soon
Hmm.
as everything is going smooth and we are more than happy and everything is working out fine, we are some kind of and somehow forgetting about the spiritual work and the spirituality. So
Yes.
um, I'm not saying that we are in a blessed time. We are certainly not in that sense, but it is time for just moving in to be with yourself and keep
Beautiful.
those thoughts and visions anchored into your heart. There is a heart expansion, and based upon that, you're going to have a gathering in Krakow in January.
Yes.
So that is the work that has to be done for those who are participating in there, and to go inside to be able to dive into their hearts so they can benefit from the gathering that you are doing there. So there are a lot of energies moving around there. So
Hmm.
it will be really interesting to listen into what you have all experienced.
I can't wait.
No, neither can I.
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's the grid work. Yes. And that's the magnetic, I believe, that's the grid work. The grid work and crayon channeling this morning was within the Gaia grid, yes, which we are.
Hmm.
Gaia grid. It's much more, yes, maybe not for today. It's much more about the grids, yes. It's not only one. Um, Eva, Eva, my love. I love you so much. I thank you. Yes,
Thank
from
you.
the bottom of my heart for your time, for you being here, for sharing your wisdom, for sharing your visions, for sharing your beautiful, pure energy with us. And please let us know. Please keep inform us. And I hope we will speak soon. Definitely on Sunday. Which one? I don't know. Right? But please keep inform us. And um, beautiful sister, brothers, my wonderful friends. Yes, keep your eye on Evelena work. A surprise is coming. I
Yeah.
love you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. And I hope you enjoy it. If yes, or if not, please do share it. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on my own page for this interview. But thank you anyway, because it was interesting to be in this conversation. So love you, Alexandra, for holding the space for me, and thank you for watching. And as Alexandra said, if you are rewatching this or you like what you have heard, please share it with others too. So thank you once again, and bless you. Love you all. Bye bye.
Bye, Tata. Yes.